Hello and welcome back to another Marvel Champions recorded gameplay session. Today, we are continuing on in the MCCU, the Marvel Champions Cinematic Universe, where we're going to be playing through the movies in chronological order, simulating those movies in Marvel Champions. Today, we are going to be playing Doctor Strange, the 2016 film where Doctor Strange goes up against the main antagonist Caecilius in, you know, a battle of through time and space, basically. And so the way that we're going to simulate that, we're going to be playing Doctor Strange against Ebony Maw, who is another sorcerer, to kind of represent Caecilius. We are going to be using two different modular sets as recommended per Attack on Nowhere. The first one is going to be temporal. This is going to be kind of to show the movement through time that we see in the movie. And then Kree militants that are going to be representing the zealots of Caecilius, and also just kind of upping the difficulty because Doctor Strange is a pretty strong character in. He's all the way off screen in the game, and so here we go. So Ebony Maw. All of the rules to this game are going to be linked down below in the video description. You can check that out, as well as log some of your own games and play along in the MCCU with me. But yeah, Stephen Strange, part of the rules of the MCCU is you can only use characters that appear in that film. And so we have Thor, who is uncredited in a mid role scene very quickly. But we're going to add Thor in here. So we got Thor, and then we've also got Wong. But Wong comes in, I guess, like, little caveat on that rule. If they are in the hero kit, you can play with them. So we've got Thor, and we can run off aspect for those allies. Again, made up rules, doesn't matter. We've got Earth's Mightiest Heroes. That's going to help ready Doctor Strange so that he can trigger his invocation deck more frequently. This is the game with Strange. How many times can you hit that invocation deck? We got 3 copies of Ever Vigilant, 3 copies of What Doesn't Kill Me, and then 2 copies of Force Field Generator. Now, we will have to be a little careful here because What Doesn't Kill Me does require us to heal, and so if we don't have damage on us due to either like Force Field Generator, that could be an issue. I think we'll be okay. Force Field Generator, we can tank some hits and then use Force Field to protect us later. Spiritual Meditation, Sorcerer Supreme. We've got a Quinn Carrier, a Mansion. We got a Established Perimeter, Render Medical Aid, Support, Superpower Training, and the doubles. That's going to be our Doctor Strange deck. Protection with a little bit of Thor splash. Now we do have Wong, who is not an Avengers, so kind of the idea is it can get pretty tough if you're not using allies in Marvel Champions. I will say that. So with that in mind, the idea here is to get Thor out so that we can use Earth's Mightiest Heroes on Thor as soon as possible to trigger the invocation. Ebony Maw does have some pretty nasty spells, and what the spells do is when Ebony Maw activates, then you're going to remove counters from those spells, and then once you remove all the counters, then the spell goes off. This can be pretty combated easily with Stunlock, which is what Strange is just so good at. So that's what we're gonna do. We probably could have run some tackles in here or whatever, but you know, we're just gonna see how it goes. I'm just gonna go with the ready, and hopefully we can just mess with the invocation deck a lot. So Attack on Nowhere. When revealed, each player discarded cards from the top of the encounter deck until a spell environment is discarded and put into play. So, and then we will shuffle this deck. So, looking for pacification. So this enters play with 3 counters on it. After the last counter is removed, then discard it, exhaust each upgrade you control, and then we are stunned. Then Ebony Maw on stage 2 comes in with 18 hit points. He's a 2/2. When Ebony Maw activates against you, remove an invocation counter from each spell card in your play area. When revealed, each player discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until they discard a spell card and put that card into play in their play area. We don't. Hey, there goes our physical toll. That's nice. Manipulation. So this comes in with 2 invocation counters on it. And it says, after the last invocation counter is removed, you discard it. Discard a random card from your hand, and then we are confused. Stephen Strange begins the game with an invocation deck, and you play with the top card of this deck face up. Natural talent, we can choose to discard the top card. We're starting with Vapors of Valtor. And then we're going to get 6 cards to start. Oh, a Cloak of Levitation to start us out. A build support as well. Master the Mystic Arts. Honestly, those are really good hands. Sanctum Sanctorum. Magical Enhancements. And an Ever Vigilant. We do need 1 threat on the main. Okay, let's go ahead and toss these 3. We've got a Spiritual Meditation, a What Doesn't Kill Me, and then a Strength. Nice, 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 nice. Let's go ahead and use our ability. We're going to switch into a Crimson Bands of Sidorak. Excellent. Okay. We will flip up to Doctor Strange. And let's use a Spiritual Meditation. We'll draw 2 cards, render Medical Aid, and a What Doesn't Kill Me. We'll toss a What Doesn't Kill Me. We can't use those right now. Let's use a Strength to play a Cloak of Levitation. Let's use a What Doesn't Kill Me to play Build Support. That's going to come in with 3 threats. Then we are going to use Render Medical Aid and Master the Mystic Arts, as well as Exhaust Steven to place Crimson Bands. So if we do this, we can stun an enemy, which will be Ebony Maw, and deal 7 damage. So we'll go down to 11 damage. And then Ebony Maw is stunned. Next card is a Images, which is great because Images confuses, and we're just going to try and continue in this stun lock. We will ready Cloak of Levitation. Let's go ahead and thwart 2 here to bring build support down to 1. Now we're probably going to be targeting the Quinn Carrier with that. Stand up. We've got a Force Field Generator, Earth Might is Heroes, Master the Mystic Arts, Genius. We really would like a Winds of Watum on this top, and an Established Perimeter. We got 1 here. Ebony Maw is stunned, and our encounter card is attached to Ebony Maw. Prevents all damage to Ebony Maw. After it prevents 2 or more damage from a single attack, discard it. That actually is going to be very challenging. We need to use like a magic attack or a Wong or a Thor attack because Doctor Strange Crimson Bands is not an attack. So that's gonna be interesting. Fun. Okay. Nice. Okay. Let's use Doctor Strange. We're gonna exhaust Strange. Earth's Mightiest Heroes to play Images. We're gonna confuse Ebony Maw. And we're going to remove 4 threats from Attack on Nowhere. Next card in the deck is a Winds of Watum. There it is. And we've got a Master of the Mystic Arts. Force Field Generator will play Master of the Mystic Arts to trigger Winds of Watum without discarding it. We got a Magic Blast, a Spiritual Meditation, and a Protective Ward. Excellent. Let's use a Spiritual Meditation to draw 2 cards. Ever Vigilant and an Energy. We'll toss the Ever Vigilant. We're going to toss the Protective Ward. I want to... Let's use Cloak of Levitation, and then we'll use Strange to thwart down build support. Let's go grab our Quinn Carrier. So Quinn Carrier is just a resource generator. We can use that to play for Winds of Watum. But I think what I'm going to do... Do we have... I guess I can search my... I don't have any more of the... Play the top card of your deck. Yeah. No, I'm okay. I'm happy with that. Because we can trigger Winds next turn and we'll be okay. Let's use a energy... We could trigger Winds this turn as well if we really wanted to. Because we do have the Ever Vigilant. Let's see where this takes us. We got a energy and a Magic Blast. Or a Quinn Carrier to play a Magic Blast. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. Discard the top card of your deck. It is a physical, so we do get to stun Ebony Maw. But all that damage is prevented, and then Abjuration is discarded. I think we're just going to use Ever Vigilant to toss a established perimeter onto the table. And then we're going to flip down to Alter Ego, knowing that Ebony Maw is confused, but we're going to be able to get that bigger hand size. I'm kind of fishing for Thor or Wong at this point, and hopefully we'll see something along those lines. We got an Ever Vigilant already. Eye of Agamotto is nice. That's 3. Protective Ward is not going to help us. Sorcerer Supreme is also really nice. And then an EMH. All right. We do have an Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Sorry. Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I'm sorry, a Winds of Watum. So we are going to be getting 3 more cards. So that's going to be nice. Okay. We'll start. We got a 1 threat. He is confused. And then we're going to. We have a random face-up card. Did I shuffle? Okay. That's funny. Okay. Our encounter card is an Assault. This is going to Surge because we are in Alter Ego form. And I am playing Standard 1. I've been playing Standard 1 and Expert 1 throughout the entire series, so I didn't switch to Standard 3. Here we are. Attach to the character with the highest attack and exhaust it. So we don't actually have a friendly character with an attack stat, so this discards. Excellent. Good stuff. While we are down here in Alter Ego, there's really nothing that I want to do. So let's flip up. We will exhaust Strange to play Winds of Watum and draw 3 cards. Superpower Training, Astral Projection, and a Magical Enhancements. Alrighty. Genius will play Eye of Agamotto. Oh, and our card is going to be 7 rings. It's probably worth just playing 7 rings to cycle that invocation deck. It's going to get us a tough card, which will be nice. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. We'll Cloak of Levitation to Ready Strange. Quinn Carrier will play 7 rings. We'll give up to 3 characters a tough card, which will just be Doctor Strange. But we're going to shuffle this deck and hopefully get another Winds of Watum. That'd be pretty cool. Winds of Watum. Nice. Okay. Can't use it this round, but don't worry. We'll use it soon. Okay. We're using Ever Vigilant and you know what? We could play Winds of Watum right now if we wanted to. Magical Enhancement. You know what? Actually, let's just do this. Let's do Eye of Agamotto, Earth's Mightiest Heroes to play Ever Vigilant. We do have the aerial trait now, so we'll ready and remove 2 threat from the main. Then we're going to exhaust to play Winds of Watum to draw 3 cards. Astral Projection. There's Wong. And a Spiritual Meditation. Nice. Spiritual Meditation will draw us a Magic Blast and a Earth's Mightiest Heroes. We'll toss the Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Let's get Wong onto the table. Magical Enhancements, Protective Ward, and a Astral Projection will play Wong. So we can exhaust Wong. We can heal a damage or cycle the top card of our deck. We're going to be cycling a lot with Wong. We're going to use Superpower Training and Astral Projection to play the Sorcerer Supreme. That gives us +1 hand size. Sweet. Let's go Wong. Let's Cyper Vapors. Looking for Crimson Bands. That's exactly what we're looking for. Doctor Strange is really good, team. I don't know if anyone's ever had that realization, but Strange is pretty decent. We'll stand up. We got Magic Blast. We got Thor. There's our EMH target. There's a Mansion. It may be worth playing Mansion now. We are kind of already a little bit far into the game. There's a Force Field Generator. We got a Mystical Studies. That's going to deck us out, giving us a card. Ebony Maw is stunned, meaning that we will get to use Crimson Bands to full effect. Get that stun right back on Ebony Maw. We have 6 hand size in both alter ego and hero form. So I don't really see a huge reason to go back down to alter ego this game unless we run out of stuns. We do have images as our last card, so that will be a confuse. And at this point, I'm kind of hoping that we can play the game without Ebony Maw activating. I think that would be kind of fun. So we don't have a treachery cancel yet, but that'd be so if we run into a activation, it happens. But it'd be kind of fun if it never did. We'll start by adding one. Ebony Maw is stunned. We got 2 cards. The first one, under fire, surge and reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Ancient Warrior, gonna hit us with a quick strike. We'll take that into the tough. We got a Centari Soldier. When it attacks you, discard the top card of the encounter deck. Take indirect damage equal to the number of boost icons on that card. Then we got Channeling Trace. Remove 1 invocation counter from each spell in your play area. So this is going to go down to 2. This is going to go down to 1. Okay, so the minions are actually a problem. So yeah. That being said, I do think that it is. Well, we do have a Thor. We could just Thor this thing. I think that's how you pronounce it, right? You Thor the thing. Yeah, okay. Let's toss the 3 to play Thor. We will use Thor. He has toughness, so we're just going to put the tough and immediately get rid of it. We're going to spend a lightning and resolve my attack against each minion, which is going to be both of these. There we go. We will Doctor Strange Magic Blast Superpower Training to play Crimson Bands, which is going to deal 7 damage. Doctor Strange is so good. 7 damage to Ebony Maw, taking Maw down to 4 health on stage 1 and stun Ebony Maw. We're going to reveal images here, and we are going to Cloak of Levitation to Ready Strange. We'll go ahead and Eye of Agamotto, play images to remove 4 threat from established perimeter. Just like that, we're going to get our tough card back and confuse Ebony Maw. I'm going to shuffle this guy up. I have seen the house rule that you also get it. There's Crimson Bands again. Jeez. You get an encounter card when you cycle through the invocation deck. I think that's a pretty decent house rule. We're going to go 2 on Ebony Maw with 1. We'll stand up. Alrighty, we got EMH. Let's go. Strength. What doesn't kill me, which does not work now. Protective Ward. So we do have a Protective Ward. 2, 4, 5. And another What Doesn't Kill Me. A pretty cruddy hand. But don't worry. We have the invocation deck. It'll be fine. Let's go 1 here. Ebony Maw is stunned. Encounter card here is Channeling Trace. Remove 1 invocation counter from each spell environment in your play area. So manipulation will trigger, which discards a random card. Honestly, not bad at all to get that. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Protective Ward. Alrighty. And then we are confused. Aren't we always? Good thing Doctor Strange never actually has to attack or thwart. Because these are all not attack or thwarting cards. Okay. Beautiful. We're going to start us out by using Wong to push Ebony Maw. So Ebony Maw on stage 3. When he activates against you, remove invocation counter. He comes in with 23 health. It's a pretty decent health pool. Mad Titan Shadow has some really beefy villains. Each player discard cards from the encounter deck until they discard a spell card and put it into play engaged with them. Get a spell card, which is Rebel Storm. It's going to kill off all of our allies if he ever gets to use it. Ha ha ha. So after the last invocation counter is removed from Rebel Storm, discard it, deal 2 damage to each character. But that allows us to exhaust and use a strength to play Crimson Bands, which is going to deal 7 damage. We're at 23. That takes us down to, what, 16? Math can be hard. And a stun. Next card here is Vapors of Valtor. I hate it. I don't really have a great way to cycle it. One of the weird options here would be to switch out my confuse for like a stunned, because we do have magic attacks. I think the confuse is going to be a little bit worse, or the stun is going to be a little bit worse than the confuse. But I have a lot of resources, so I want to keep this momentum going. And if we can uncover a Winds of Watum, the other option would be to just kind of wait it out. We do have 16 health on Ebony Maw. Do we have any magic attacks? We do have our magic blast, I should say. It just feels wrong. Just feels wrong to not do anything. Let's, we're probably not the efficient way to play here, but let's go ahead and Cloak of Levitation to Ready Strange. This is dumb. This is dumb. We're just gonna use Wong to cycle it next turn. Feels like I'm just like yeah. Okay, Thor's just gonna hit Ebony Maw for 3, taking us down to 13. Strange will thwart the confuse off. We need 2 damage on Thor. When we got a dead hand, so we're gonna toss the hand. We lost 6 resources worth of tempo that round, and we're gonna be fine. Doctor Strange is pretty good. Okay, we got a Genius, Sanctum Sanctorum, Energy, Protective Ward. Alrighty. And an Astral Projection. One more card is a Spiritual Meditation. That's going to fix the hand. We're going to get a 3rd threat here on the main. Ebony Maw is stunned. Encounter card is an Advance, which is going to remove the Confuse. We could cancel the Advance. We're going to do it. Okay, I'm going to Quinn Carrier and Protective Ward to cancel the Advance to keep the Confused, mainly because I want to go through this entire game without him activating. I probably wouldn't do that normally, but we're going to do it. So that gives us the freedom to flip down and use the Confuse as a blocked activation so we don't lose here. Cool. Okay. Wong will go ahead and cycle. Winds of Watum. There it is. First, we're going to use Spiritual Meditation to see if we can get Master the Mystic Arts. New 2 more. Alrighty, let's toss Astral Projection, Spiritual Meditation, Magical Enhancements, and a What Doesn't Kill Me. We'll toss the What Doesn't Kill Me, Spiritual Meditation to draw into Astral Projection, and an Ever Vigilant. We did not get it. Bummer. Okay, we'll toss the Astral Projection. Okay, that's fine. Let's exhaust to go Winds of Watum to draw 3 cards. There's Master of the Mystic Arts, Magical Enhancements, and a Force Field Generator. The last card here is 7 Rings, which we could tough up our allies. That's nice. Cloak will ready. We will go ahead and place 7 Rings and throw Tufts onto Thor and Wong. So there's Thor, and here's Wong. And we'll shuffle this up. If we can get a if we get a 7 rings, I think we're good. I think we're golden. We do have an ever vigilant, so we do have a ready. Winds of Watum would also be nice. It's an images, which is not as good. Okay. What are we doing with our lives? Let's use a energy to play ever vigilant. We'll remove 2 threat from the main and stand up. Magical enhancements in a genius. We'll play a force field generator, so that's going to prevent the next 6 points worth of damage coming in from any source, I think. Sanctum or magical enhancements will play Sanctum Sanctorum. So we can exhaust this to shuffle a spell card from our discard pile back into our deck and then draw a card. Thor is going to hit Ebony Maw for 3, taking him down to 10. And then Strange is going to poke him for 1, taking him down to 9. Nice. We will flip down. We're going to use Sanctum Sanctorum to shuffle in our magic attack. Magic Blast is, Magic Blast. And then we will get to draw a card. We're also, at this point, going to use Stephen Strange's ability to cycle the images of Akron. Drew a card, Magic Blast. Alrighty, sweet. So cycle that into Crimson Bands. So we do have lethal at this point. So let's go ahead and we'll keep this hand. We got Render Medical Aid, Master the Mystic Arts again, Ever Vigilant, and a Magic Blast. So that's 6, meaning that we will not deck out. We don't have to get another encounter card, which is super nice. And as long as he doesn't draw another advance, we went through this entire game without Ebony Maw ever activating. Go 1 here. Confused. Encounter card. Kree Private. Quick Strike. No good. Sweet. We'll flip up. Strange will exhaust. Ever Vigilant and Render Medical Aid to play Crimson Bands to hit Ebony Maw for 7. When was that 9? There's 2. Thor is going to valiantly sacrifice. Nah, we'll use a Magic Blast. Magic Blast, just like that. We will discard the top card, which is a Lightning. We just did 7 damage to Ebony Maw, just like that. And there's the MCCU for Thor. That was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. Well, I guess like Doctor, I knew it was gonna be one of the easier MCCU games. I don't think I've ever played a game where the villain never activated. Awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Check out the link down below in the video description to show you kind of the rules and if you wanted to play along in the MCCU. I have all of the games from Captain America. I think Captain America is first, right? It's either Captain America or Captain Marvel, but I think it's Captain America all the way now to Doctor Strange. And you can play along, log your games. I hope to see you all there. And until next time, peace.